An Afro-Argentinian shut down all the French people who say that Argentina is racist.
Argentina got rid of its black population. Was that from a book or Twitter?
Heads up, the original video is in English. I translated it into Spanish with artificial intelligence. Let's listen to it.
Argentina got rid of its black population. Did you get that from a book or from Twitter?
Okay, let's continue.
During Argentina's War of Independence, thousands of black men fought in the army and were promised freedom in exchange for their military service. Then came decades of civil wars, followed by the War of the Triple Alliance, which claimed the lives of men of fighting age. In addition to that, epidemics like yellow fever and cholera devastated the poorest neighborhoods, where many Afro-Argentines lived due to unequal living conditions. In 1813, Argentina passed the Freedom of Wombs Law, which meant that children born to enslaved women were legally free. By 1853, Argentina officially abolished slavery, which meant that anyone who arrived in the country as an enslaved person was legally free.
1853, guys. Argentina abolished slavery even before the United States. Let's continue.
So, did Afro-Argentines disappear? No, that's a lie. Over time, Afro-Argentines increasingly married people from different backgrounds. They were no longer seen as a separate racial group and became more integrated into society. Massive European immigration changed Argentina's demographics, lowering the percentage of people of African descent but not eliminating them. Today, according to Argentina's 22nd national census, more than 300,000 Argentinians identify as being of African descent.
People of African descent? More than 300,000 Argentinians, okay?
Which means that there are a lot of black people and they don't even know it. Please, let's stop comparing how black people look in the United States versus Argentina. Let's remember that in the United States, segregation lasted about 100 more years, requiring separate bathrooms, schools, and public transportation, which never happened in Argentina. So it was considerably easier for black people to integrate into society. That's why everyone just mixed together.
Of course, in Argentina there was a great deal of racial mixing. It's just ridiculous that we have to explain something so simple, something that's just common sense. And let me remind you guys, the original video is in English. This girl is Argentine. I don't know exactly where she's from. I think I read she was from Cordoba or Mendoza. I think she's from Cordoba, right? Let me remind you, this is the original video.
Sorry. In my sorry, black men fall in love.
Thanks. Just to clarify, I used artificial intelligence for the translation, including lip syncing, okay? But the original video exists, and it's actually right here. Even black Argentinians are trying to explain how unfair everything being said about Argentina is. But of course, these videos don't go viral because they don't fit their racist narrative invented on Twitter and social media. Of course, they always want to make Argentina look bad. Recently, we saw how they even want to make Paraguay look bad. Many so-called French people, because they're not even French, have tried or attempted to imply that Paraguay is a racist country, which I think is crazy. In fact, please, look at this. Check it. Check. The French influencers, so-called French, okay? I mean, these new French people. Sally claimed that Paraguay carried out ethnic cleansing. My God, this is ridiculous. Of Afro and indigenous populations, and that racism has only been illegal for 4 years. We checked her sources, several claims are false and one is misleading. I mean, just imagine, they destroyed her. Sally, with more than 1.6 million followers, wow, made several claims about Paraguay, which were false. I mean, this girl lied. She lied about Paraguay. She lied about a country. She lied about a nation, about a people who are kind and amazing. It's that simple and straightforward, and she wanted to sell the idea that Paraguay is a racist country. I mean, just imagine, just because their national team isn't a team of Africans, almost like what's happening today with France, because it seems like these people want every national team on the planet to be African teams already. I mean, it seems like that's what they're really looking for. But anyway, let's see, what this girl is saying is crazy, and actually, even here they're asking us, are there people of African descent in Argentina? Of course there are, fewer than in other countries, yes. The slave trade to the country was much smaller, and we also abolished slavery much earlier. Americans and Europeans, stop projecting your own racism, especially the French. Guys, there's no worse country when it comes to slavery than the French. I mean, they're the worst. I mean, no, the worst colonies were the French colonies. What they did was crazy, everywhere, in every place. Guys, the French who point fingers at other countries, these people had human zoos. I mean, just imagine the level of seriousness. Now please pay attention. Racism has only been illegal for 4 years. They said this about Paraguay. False. Or he claims that Paraguay only made racism illegal in 2022 and that before that it wasn't illegal. The statement is incorrect, obviously. Like everything they say, it's all a lie. The National Constitution of 1992 already establishes equality before the law and prohibits all forms of discrimination. Do you see how much they lie? Incredible. Before 2022, racism was legal. That result is also false. This statement derives directly from the previous one. The absence of a specific law does not mean that racism was allowed. Paraguay already had constitutional regulations and international treaties that prohibited racial discrimination long before 2022. Number 3. Paraguay eradicated Paraguay wiped out the Afro population. That's what some woman from France said. Another one. False. This is one of the most serious claims in the video. The historical reduction of the Afro-Descendant population in Paraguay is due to multiple factors documented by historians. Let's see. The main factor, and this has been proven, absolutely proven, was none other than mestizaje, or racial mixing. Almost certainly, in Paraguay there are people who have African ancestry and don't know it, they're not even aware of it because of mestizaje. But anyway, please, let's take a look at this. Friends, study a little bit of history, it won't bite. Chocolate Bailey was a world champion with Argentina in 1978. Watch out for that. And he was of Senegalese descent. Didn't they say there are no black players for Argentina? They have a black world champion. Think about it. How many black players were on France, Spain, the Netherlands, or the United States national teams in 1978? Look, that doesn't matter. Unfortunately, what has happened with France is really sad. It's not even a European team anymore. It has to be said. If France ends up being world champion, will it be another title for Africa? I'm saying it directly because that's the reality. I mean, just look at how the French team looks. That's not a European team anymore. That's the reality. We can all see it. But well, I mean, look, Argentinians are so racist, yet they've had black players and even world champions on their team. And look, it's normal that the vast majority of players on the Argentine team are either white or at most mixed race. It's completely normal. And guys, let me remind you, between 70 and 75% of the Argentine population is white, 20% well. Between 20 and 25% are mixed race, and between 1 and 3% are either black or of Asian descent. I mean, just imagine the difference is simply huge. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to know what you think and what your opinions are about all this. Thank you very much and see you next time.